Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, is it a bourbon?
It's rye.
We're drinking rye. All right, Ben, what's this rye you're mumbling about?
We've got, bam, this is courtesy of Bad Axe Bobby. Over
Bobby.
at Bad Axe Bourbon. Go like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. He's got a fantastic channel. This is Corbin Cash 1917 Merced Rye. So local to Bobby's area in California,
Yep,
somewhere
Northern
in California.
Distillery.
And I believe they're a grain to glass. We've had a couple samples from them.
Yes.
And the samples that we've had have really been interesting. By the way, the proof on this is 123.
123.
The samples have been very, very interesting from them because they kind of tend to have their own unique sort of note. But they also, I feel like they vary decently. We've had a couple single barrels, and like the one that Bobby sent us, like the Distiller Select or something like that. We don't get these products here in Minnesota, so we just kind of go off of samples here. So
Yep.
So that's awesome, Bobby. Thank you for sending this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you!
Oh wow, really, really rich, deep nose.
Almost like cherry.
Tootsie Pop.
No, I was gonna say sweet. What's it called?
Tootsie Pop?
No, you get the powder and you dip the little stick in it.
Oh, the Fun Dip.
Fun dip.
Okay. Like that if you put it on a Tootsie Pop.
Oh yeah.
If you can't tell, I'm getting the Tootsie Pop vibes. And I think we got that off of previous ones. And what I mean by that, I'm getting that like the Tootsie Roll kind of artificial chocolate, but good chocolate, or whatever a Tootsie Roll is. I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Yeah, well, who knows?
It's not really chocolate, but it's not really not chocolate either.
Yeah.
What the hell is a Tootsie Roll? I don't know.
I don't know if anybody knows.
Anyway, kind of that, but with that, I'm with you on like the kind of fruit flavored candy.
Yeah.
And so that's where the Tootsie Pop thing is.
Okay.
Set a record for saying that the most in a video so far.
Yep.
So it's got a lot of that going on, some really nice sweetness. Little bit of the rye spice, but it's not leaning into like the clove, allspice, anise, or citrus sort of vibes. This one's like, for me, is just all that good candy sweetness.
It's that artificial chocolate or whatever it is really the prominent note, and then cherry on top of it. It's really interesting.
Well,
So,
let's see what happens. Cheers.
Let's go. And it tastes like that too.
Yeah, it's outstanding. That's really good. Wow.
It's very, very good.
A little more of a traditional rye spice on the palate than coming through in the nose. But all those flavors that we were getting on the nose, that candy, chocolate and fruit candy, really transfers to the palate.
Yeah, this is really
Boy, that's
good.
a really nice rye. This one, and I have no idea what their mash bill is, but I think that this one would be a good one for this kind of a bourbon drinker's rye, in the sense that it leans a little more in the sweetness than sometimes ryes can go just all spice.
Sure.
And like allspice. And kind of lean more into those clove notes and licorice, a little bit of black licorice. And I'm not getting that off of this.
So I'm not getting necessarily I'm getting fairly traditional rye notes, but the uniqueness, the cherry and the Tootsie Pop kind of note is very prominent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more traditional rye on the palate, but it's kind of coated in all that sweetness. And I think it tamps down the rye spice. The flavor that rye brings that makes it so much different from bourbon is kind of held in check by all the sweetness of this one.
Yep.
And that's why I think it's kind of it could be a good introduction to rye for somebody who maybe likes a higher proof bourbon.
Sure. It does have, and I don't say this to be negative, but it does taste artificial a little bit, like candy, like artificial flavors a bit.
Okay.
So, but it's still really good.
Great mouthfeel. I don't know what the age is on this. I got to tell you, for craft distilleries can be hit and miss.
This one's
especially grain to glass. This is outstanding. This is an excellent whiskey.
Totally agree.
I know Bobby is a big fan. This is his favorite rye. And I would tend to agree with them based on this one for sure. It's been a while since we had samples of the other one, so I'm kind of having a hard time going back to.
I know that,
but
one
we
of them,
liked them. But one of them was a little weird.
Yeah,
for
right.
both of us. But this is great. Having a sample of this would definitely make me inclined to pick up a bottle
Sure, absolutely.
of
If we
anything
could see it.
from theirs.
Yep.
Yeah, especially for a craft distillery. This is excellent for an established distillery, but for
kidding.
a craft distillery doing their own thing, grain to glass, as I think they are, that's amazing. That's a great
really
job.
good.
All right, well, this is 100% recommend. And good people of Corbin Cash Rye Whiskey, if you're listening, when are we going to get some of this stuff in Minnesota? We can't just keep relying on small samples. We got to get some of this on the shelf here.
That would be awesome.
For sure. So, in the meantime, this has been Corbin Cash 1917 Merced Rye on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Till next time. See you next time.